Hello everyone, this is Assembler. I'm here to talk about how to understand your layers. Layers is a key factor when it comes to designing in Photoshop, and it's very interesting if you know it. Some persons we say it's complex, it's the layers are too much. Everything you do, sometimes layers have to come in, layers have to be created, layers have to automatically be formed. Yeah, it has to be like that because the layer is like a tile of block. When you're stepping on your when you're piling your block together, it goes up and up and up and up, and then the one that is above overshadow the one that is below, depending on how you're using your background. First, this is your background. Your background is always like this. It's whenever you initially create a new layer by control new, control N. I always call it control new. Control N. It gives you your where you select your print. Where you select your print, how you want it to be. It's A6, A5, A3, B5. Even to when you do photo design, you can choose different portraits. So I already created my layer. So you can see this is the resolution here. You can choose the higher the resolution, the far better the pixel quality. So you can choose 150. You can choose 150. You can choose 300. It depends on what you want. So I'm not going to click create now because I already have my new layer. So I'm going to go with close. So I can easily drag this guy here, and it tells me that I should convert to normal layers, which is that means that I automatically unlock this particular background. So it's I've been able to unlock it. So I'm going to take it back. It's guys pressing Ctrl Z. I can easily lock it from here and just drag again. You get. Then I can take it further. As undo, I can take it redo again by pressing Ctrl Shift Z. You can see Shift Z and take it back again. So I'm going to take it right back. So it's to be locked. Initially, if it happens to be like it's unlocked like this, I can easily just lock it from here using the lock tools, locking up, but I don't want that, so I'm going to go with the background lock. Then I'm going to create a new layer. And how do you create a new layer? You either click here, this is the original form, either you create a new layer through here, or you press your Ctrl Shift new, Ctrl Shift alternate new. Oh, sorry about that. Ctrl Shift alternate N. I always call the word new because it's just the whole thing has to do with new. So Ctrl Shift alternate N will give you a new layer. You can see new layer. Then if for example you want to create it below the guy, you can press a Ctrl Shift Ctrl N to give you this particular style of the way you want it. I can mark this color here. I can make it normal. So I can to pop up here to give me this color of a look here. You get the color of a look. So if I press my Ctrl Shift N, it give me this particular one, this kind of style and everything. And if for example I want to make this particular something to a layer to create below the layer 6, I'll just hold down my control and click on this new. You can see the way it comes up, right? The way 6 instead of 6 starting from up here, it starts below the 8. Instead of 8 starting from 7 here, it started below the 6. You can see. So if I click on, if I take this guy up now and I press this guy, it creates a new layer, right? But I'm going to create 10 below 9. I'm going to hold my control and press this layer. You see. So these are one of the short keys and everything. You know, understand about the particular stuff. So if for an example, I created I want to hide all these layers. I can easily just click on this layer I drop and they just drag it down. Let me see, there's multiple things I want to remove. You can see. Then I can start again from here and drag up again. Takes me back to everything. These are the fastest way you can be able to do a multiple hiding. Let me say you want to hide multiple backgrounds or multiple text or anything you want to hide, and they're all aligned together. You can just easily drag it down by just clicking on the first one and then holding your click or your left click and drag down. Then if an example I want to drag this guy down, I mean probably there's a layer. Okay, let me create text. Let me use a background. Let me use a background here. Let me use a background. Let me see, this is a blue. Let me create a blue background. Okay, let me go with this blue perfect one. Then and there's another let me say another background in there, like red. Okay, red. Okay, let me put a red background. Then I'm gonna, okay, now you see this particular one, I want to take it below, so I'm gonna drag it down like this. You see, so directly is kind of like behind the blue. So I'm going to take this guy up and drag it down a little, so you see, you can see that it's beneath the blue. That's because I took this particular. So like I said before, it's like a block. The first block, the one that is at the top, overshadow the one beneath. So depending on your background you're using. If you're using a background of blue, different color, you can just simply just blend with it. You know, understand, it's like a tie. So this is it, and you can see basically it's just like that. So you can keep dragging down, and also there's one thing to note, please. When you're dragging down like this, now you're dragging down, yeah, make sure that you are seeing the line like this before you leave it. Trust me, you don't want to put it inside a group like you see now. I can drag it and it will not go up. You can see it's still good, but I can drag it like this and put and take I put it, it will not go. So I'm gonna teach you, gonna do it now. I'm gonna put it at the top, but just make sure you can see the line. If I leave it, it appears perfectly well. So let me start from, since I've talked about that particular layers now, let me start from here. So I will from there taking down and show you some stuff. Okay, now this is like this is like name, effect, mode, you know, all these kind of things, but I basically don't use them though, not because I don't understand them, or because it can be found in when you press the right click button. I'm coming, let me put it kind. When you take the right click button, you can also see them here. You can also see them here. So I just quickly go this particular place there, then I can cover the smart objects. I can, when I click on smart object, all the smart object will show and everything, but let me just go straight. So this here you have to do picture filter for pixel layers. If I'm working with a this particular background like this, now these guys new layers, these are pixel layers. If I'm working with them, I let me say I do my brush. Okay, let me work on brush now. I do my brush by bigger. I'll go my brush to here. I just go my brush to here, click on it, and I come here. I choose on the color I want. After I click on what kind of brush tool I want, I go to the color. I choose this color. Let me say something yellow. I press OK, and I press on my brush tool. Okay, now the reason why it's not showing right now because this two layer is above it. So I'm going to take it up. You can see this yellow. So if I come here, I click on my pixel, you can see that it's only moving. I can't move these guys because they're not visible on this particular new layer of the pixel layers. So it's only my brush, my layer, brush, and everything I can be able to move. I can't move these guys. You can see they are not visible here for me to move. So you can see what it's saying. It says could not use the move tool because no layers are selected. You get. So I mean I can't the layers it's not selected. So I'm going to click on it again to remove it. You can click on it and click on it to remove it. So I can easily hide it by it not being showing again. Everything will just be like that, like it not every direction is showing. Then I can easily turn it on. So this one is for adjustment layer. Let me say it's not visible right now because I've not created any adjustment layer. So I'm going to come here and click on my adjustment layer, but I'll click on here like color balance, so I can choose how I want the color to be. Okay, I can choose the color to be. Okay, mind you, I can easily pin this particular stuff to the red only because it's red. It's not going to be that visible. Let me just create a color that would be interesting. Blue. Let me see. Okay, it's pinned to. Okay, let me take it back to red. Okay, let me just press cancel. Now the reason that I pinned to this guy, so I'm going to take it down here. So I'll click on it again, and you see that if I take this red down, okay, hold on. Okay, let me try to change the color instead. Okay, color balance, kind of like taking more effect on the blue and everything. It's not affecting, showing any effect on the yellow. So you can see that it keeps going like this. So I can clip this particular thing to just the yellow, and you find that the blue becomes its normal blue. If I take it back, it takes it like this. So you can see it's not clipped to this particular, it's not hidden inside the yellow, not with the blue. But if I remove it by holding my alternate and take it like and make sure that my cursor is in between, is between the two layers. I click on it to unhide it. If I it's same thing again, pressing, holding my alternate key and then pressing the same thing, it clip it back again. So that means that it is hidden inside this particular stuff, or this particular layers. It's same thing. Go to image. Let me see. Let me add an image now. Let me see. Add an image. I come here. I click on this guy. Okay, it's very large, so it's gonna take time. So I press enter. Okay. Then I drag this guy. I put this guy inside. Like it's seen that it's over. It's just above the two layers. So I'm gonna click this all my alternate and see and click inside. It goes straight to the particular yellow because it's clipped to the yellow. You can see. So the same thing goes with this particular guy. So I can easily just stay unclip this guy and then it take effect. So it's not clipping. If I clip it, it's not only clipping on this particular color banner, which is not actually a shape. So it do not have any effects on it. So going to this place now, this is a text. For example, I write something. Let me say, let me hide these guys. Let me hide these guys, these color ones. I write something like, let me say assembler. Then I press enter. If I do that, I press or Control A. Come here, click on black, and take it down. Then press my move to. Then assembler. I can just come here, click this guy. If I want to work on only this particular text effects, I want to edit only text, not all the background, because sometimes you can either use the lock tool to lock your background, or you can use, you get what I'm saying, you can use the lock tool to lock the background you don't want to move, or you can use these particular ones to lock them, to hide them, and use make sure of the one you want to work with. So I can easily come this guy and just drag and then do editing, but I can't move this guy. You see, but this is a shape, this is a layer, pixel layer. I can't move it, so I'm going to click this guy again to bring everything out. Then this is for shape layers. It's like this one I did. These are shapes. See, they are all shapes. So I can't move my assembler. It is even to my pixel layer. It won't move. Then the same thing with this is for my images, my smart object. This is a smart object. You can see a smart object. And how can you differentiate between a smart object and a shape? If you look at this particular thing here, this small box at the below far left right corner, you see this particular box which is similar to this, and you see this particular one which is similar to this. This is a smart object. So it says smart object thumbnail and layer thumbnail. So thumbnail like something that shows like a face for the particular picture. So I can easily, sometimes smart object can easily be edited. Yes. For example, I want to make one a smart object, which means that I cannot edit the color right here, but I'll edit it using a smart object. Let me show you how. I'm going to right click and go smart object. Now it will convert to smart object. Yeah, I can click here, double click this particular page. It takes me to a new layer, which I can just come here, go my shape tool, and change my color to, let me say, green. Then press Ctrl S, which is save. Ctrl S, which is save, and then voila, I have my green here. You can see it effect takes place here. So I'm going to take it back to yellow because I prefer the yellow. So I'm going to press my Ctrl Z and press X, S again, Ctrl save. So take back to my yellow. So you can see it's basically now a smart object. The same thing with this particular one. The reason I can't edit this on right here, or how is the image, I can actually edit it on the lab page, but no sense we made if I do it there, and I can also do it here too, because I already an image. not a shape that was converted to smart object. So then this is, you can easily hide it all without them showing. Just lock it, just lock it. You don't want it to be seen. So in case you mistakenly press here, it will not be lost and like, hey, I don't understand what I pressed. So you can just hide it, they won't be visible. Then this particular one, the blending options, these are blending options where I want to blend. Let me say I want to blend this yellow with the blue. I can just drag this guy here, hide this particular layer because above it, so I want you guys to see it. I'm going to hide this particular layer, then assemble. Okay, this is good. Then I will come here, go to my blend option, look at which one blend where. You already know that blue, the green, the blue and the yellow give us the green. You can see it's already showing from just without using multiply alone. Then you can choose any color you want. This is linear dodge, color dodge, overlay, soft light. There's hard light, there's vivid, there's linear lights, there's pin light. You can choose, and you can see the color of pin light. It's quite different from the one. Okay, let me come pin light. It's quite different from the one that is not on the particular blue layer. You can see the color different from this, the one that is mixing with the blue layer. So that's how you kind of like make your layer look so thick. So you can working with, if you don't want to change color, you want to have a different look on it, you can just use this particular style, blending option and everything to get what you want. So moving on, this opacity, I can easily drag it from here and decrease. You can increase it. You can put in, I can type 50. I can type 50 here, and it goes 50. I can just take it back to 100. You get. Then this is lock. I can use my lock tool. Let me back everything back. I can use my lock tool. Now this is the lock tool that it can sometimes applicable. This for pixel. This for transparent pixels. Let me say I have a transparent background image. I can just use on visible to show. This is for my pixel. This is my image pixels. Then this is for directions. So this two, I basically don't use them because I use lock all than using all this particular one, because I don't want to start stress myself, cracking my brain. So what I simply do, I just come here and click and everything. This particular stuff not movable again. Like you can see that this layer is above the image here, and once it's locked, that means that I can easily click on the image that's behind it without this one moving. You can see it's locked, right? But my mouse tool is moving this particular image that I clicked. You see, right? So if I click on this guy, if I click on this my image, I'm going to allow utility. Then I'll press enter. Then I think I will change this color. Let me go character and change the color here to white so it will be visible. Then okay, now I am going to lock. I'm going to put this guy under. Okay, now I'm touching this guy now, but I'm moving my assembler. You see that I'm touching this guy, I'm moving my assembler. So that is that. Once you lock this particular layer, if I lock this guy again now, I can easily see that I'm touching this guy, but I'm moving my layer, my images. See, I mean that I cannot be able to move them, but I'm able to move what is behind them, behind the layers. So so that's basically what I use. I use lock all, but you can use directional tool in a way that you cannot be able to move it too, but you're moving this blue yellow background, but you can be able to add the effect to it. Let me see, add the effect by using all those things and those things. And but if I use okay, let me show you from here. Okay, I can be able to see how my effect and constant. But if I use lock or hide everything here, able transparency, you can see the difference. You see, so I can be able with lock position, I can be able to just move other things, move around, but I can't be able to move that particular one and lock the position. So I can add other effect to it. So instead to go with this, this is for artboard. It means, for example, I created so many artboards on my particular worksheet, and I want to lock only one of the artboard. I can lock that particular artboard so that the images or the text or the symbols will not be moving around. When I just try to move my mouse around it. So this is basically this stuff. It is for fill. I can just come here. Let me hide this guy. Let me move on, hide this guy, unlock this guy rather. So I'm going to come here. I can come here and click my fill, reduce my fill opacity. You can see I can easily come here. It's 30 now. Let me 23 here. You see the difference that you see. So basically I can have this guy 58 and then reduce this guy. I want to blend the fill and the opacity. The fill talks about the inner colors, especially when you're doing outline and outline and a fill outline color and fill color on the fill color in the box. So you just have to, when you reduce the fill, reduce the inner color, the outline will still be showing you that quite visible. So moving down, I'm going to talk about these particular guys here. They are really sometimes they're very cool. Anyway, they have a lot of functions to do, a lot of functions. So I want to start by coming here, clicking the up part. This, like I said before, this is a new layer, creating new layer. Then let me say I want to group this and this and this together. I can just go, I can click here and then click on my shift and click here down part. It copy these three together. So I can either press my Ctrl G to group them or drag them to group and leave. It group automatically. You can see the difference, right? You group them with Ctrl G or you just drag down to insert. I'm going to press Ctrl Z to take it back. So, and I can select from here too, from here and to this down part, still holding my shift and click here. I'm going to highlight everything. You can see everything and then Ctrl G, which is for okay, that's good, and then Ctrl Z to take it back, or just drag it down to put drop here. You can see, right? Then let me say, for example, I want to click this. I want to group all the layers together, and these guys are blocking the way. Let me make it a little bit complex a little. Okay, make it a little complex a little. So I'm gonna this guy. I think this is perfect. Okay, it's perfect. Then I want to click all the layers and group all the layers together. So I'm going to come here, click here. Okay, now I hold my control and click. Still hold my control and click here. You can see I did not click. Okay, now some of the layers, you know this one. That I click here. You can see I did not click any another one in between was followed. I can just still holding my control still and my shift. I can click everything without clicking one again. Then holding my control to be able to jump past this particular guy, and then going down, you holding my control shift too. You can see how I able to escape these particular ones and this one. You can see there I can press my Ctrl G and group, Ctrl Z and group, take it back, undo rather. Then I can that's for the group. Then this was for the adjustment layers. I can just solid colors, gradient, pattern, brightness, contrast, level, color, exposure, vibrance, hue, saturation, color balance, white and black, photo, filter, channel mixer, color lookup, invert, posterize, threshold, gradient map, selective color. So if you want to do solid color, you can choose how you want your background to be, as a solid color, or you want a gradient fee. You can just come here and just add something that's like for here. Alright, I think there's a video I made of this particular on how to use gradient fee. You can check it out. You can just come here and increase the opacity and take it down. That's how it goes. And I think there is also I can just trim here and just change how I want the layout to look, and I can just use radial and make it more perfect, and try to increase the scale a little. Make it look so interesting. Yeah, it's perfect. Then I have my gradient feel on top my solid color, make it look so wow. You can also try out this guy yourself by using the color lookup. Color lookup is one interesting tool that you have to learn. It helps to blend your colors so well that it blends your backgrounds and gives it a mature look. You can use the invert. I can just come here. I can use my layer mask now. This is my layer mask. Add new layer mask. Let me say I want to apply gradient. Let me do it here. I want to apply gradient on this particular image. So let me hide these guys. I want to add gradient. So I'll just come and G or press G or come here and gradient. Then choose how I want it to be. Then drag holding my shift to make it a clean line, straight line without bending. You can see I move my it's not bending. So hold my shift, it goes like that. You can see. Then if I remove my hand from the shift, I can go any direction I want. I can go this side. I can come here and be bending like this. You can see it's following my mouse. you can see. So but instead they give you a straight line, just hold your shift here, straight line, but so it depends on your choice. So you can just, I'm taking it, taking back, I can just easily, so I just easily come here, I can just from here take it down like this, give me all of this particular fill area. I can easily come here and also do my how I want to be, I want the particular stuff to be. I can come here, use my diagonal just from here. You can see that to give me a new different cut. Let me take it back to the full set again. Now I'm using my diagonal, my radial will give me this like this. You can see it's gonna give me the linear pattern, give me a radial pattern where just like it started from a circle from the outside and entering inside. This is like a diamond. This is downward. This is downward. Then this is angle gradient. This is a reflected gradient. This is a downward gradient. So depending on how you want it and how you want it to be. So remember, you cannot use gradient on a particular image, your bitmap. It won't work until you use it on your layer mask for it to work. It's like you're applying a top layer. So I can press my Ctrl I and invert it. You can see I'm inverting it to take a particular guy stuff. So I can invert this guy, invert image, and come here and invert this guy. You see everything else. So press my Ctrl I, invert and uninvert. So there's for my layer marks. For my layer marks, I can just apply gradient, apply my brush tool on it and everything. And this for effects. These are effects, blending options. These are all blending options. You can either come here to click on it and start going one by one, or you can just stay anywhere apart. Stay anywhere. Remember, do not touch. Let me turn on these guys. Remember, if I double click here, I'm gonna. You want me to rename it? Let me say rename. Import rename. Rename. Press enter. If I click double click here, it's gonna take me to editing the name. So I don't want to edit the name. So I'll just press Ctrl Z. Then I'll just come here, a little bit far from the names. Just double click here. It take me straight to my blending, my layer style, my blending options. Show my blending options. So you take me there. These are styles. I don't want styles. I want blending options. So you take the blending options. How I want to be. I start applying my gradient, my bevel, my stroke, and all those things. So you can just you see the particular options here. The same thing here. The same thing also apply here too. You can see them. See, so it depends on how you want it to be, because from here you can click here. I'll go straight to it. You take me straight to the particular sheet stuff here. Let me say, for example, I added a satin on this. The satin on this, and then I just go normal, so I'm able to cover everything. Then I press my distance, my size. Okay, I want it to cover everything. So yeah, black. And whenever I change the color, it affects immediately. It just take place. So I want my opacity to be high, so everything become cover satin. You can also use color overlay in case you want to just play with them. So I'm going to unhide this guy, then go by this guy. Then now I have the satin here, right, and the effect. I want to go straight to that particular satin without having to double click here and going dragging it or going that side. I'll press double click here. It takes me straight to satin. You see the effect straight. You get whatever I click, double click here, take me there. If I double click here, take me to effects, all the effects in it. You can see it takes me to blending options, which is the beginning. If I click here, satin. So depending on how you want to be. Then if as I like the particular effect I've given this guy and I want to share it up to others, is what you can do. Just holding your alternate key and dragging this guy down. Remember, hold your alternate key and drag this guy down. You can see it applied to this guy, applied to this particular layer, So it's just a choice how you want it to be. I can easily copy it and put here, it will leave. Copy this guy and put here, it will leave. Copy again and put here, it will leave. You get, so I have to. You can see how you can see that share effect. I can just add this guy. You can see it's still red. You see, so that's how you can be able to share your effects with your stuff. So just go around, play with them, just have some fun. And trust me, you're gonna enjoy it when you watch this tutorial. It's very interesting. My next video, I'll be doing more video on how to use the adjustment layers. I think that will be more interesting because you love it. So please subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.